Hi, well, welcome to Retired People's Club. What a disgusting, and I mean it, what a disgusting afternoon. Like many retired people, I sometimes spend quite a lot of time in my car. And the reason I do that is because in this instance, I'm taking Dot to an event she has to go to. It's going to be about an hour and a half. I would normally go for a walk, but to be honest with you, the weather's disgusting, so I'm sitting and having a think. And what I'm thinking about today is what I've just been listening to. To be honest with you, I was just listening to Radio 4. I heard a programme, just a short 15-minute voice programme called Thought Cages. And what the guy there was proposing, with the help of a few very sensible and very bright people, I think, was replacing or supplementing our elected parliament with literally a selection of citizens, 500 or 600 ordinary people picked at random from the population. What a huge idea. And it's a wonderful idea when you think about it. The more you think about it, the more you like it. What you would have is every year you would pick this bunch of citizens and put them in Westminster, give them accommodation, give them a decent, not excessive, but a decent salary, accommodation, food and drink, and say, okay guys, you're in charge of making the main decisions about us, Britain. What happens in our country, what everything is in reality, to make the decisions that parliamentarians, our wonderful MPs at the moment, make. Because MPs have got all kinds of issues. In the modern world, number one on the list, is that nobody much likes politicians. Most of us, the ordinary citizenry, honestly, I think, sees most politicians as some kind of crook. It's a bit sad, isn't it? But it's the truth. But the big problem with many politicians, of course, is that they no longer stand for the people they tell us they stand for. They stand for people who want to be in a job for life. They want to get re-elected next time round, and they want to keep in with the people who run their political party. Ordinary citizens don't have any of that. That's a worthwhile benefit for having ordinary citizens making decisions, because MPs making decisions mean that we have people whose decisions influence their jobs, influence their future career, and can actually put them out of jobs. Sometimes it's an interesting one, isn't it? This ordinary people who are in the job for only a year, well, they can't really be bribed, because by the time they get to take some action on what you want to bribe them for, they're out of the place again. So in reality, it's a really interesting one. I have to tell you, I love the idea. So why can't we as a country have politicians? If you like, we can keep some politicians, because they maybe should give us a long-term view. But we should have, or we could and maybe should have, a parliament made up of ordinary people. Bear in mind, in the UK, we've got a population that's better educated than it's ever been educated before. More kids go to uni now, and most of us have a pretty good basic background in how the world works. If you had 500 or 600 people picked at random, then you would get a good selection of people. You'd get very bright people, you'd get some pretty thick people like me, but you'd also get some people in the middle, and the combination of their views would come together. Someone on that programme said, we've had all this fuss about Brexit, we've had all the fuss that we've had about social care. If you went out into the middle of any city and asked a selection of people how you would resolve these issues, after a couple of hours you'll probably have a damn good idea. But because it's politics, what you actually seem to get is a load of jostling for position, different people trying to stab each other in the back, different people trying to creep up each other's arses. It really is a disgusting view when you look at professional politicians. I'm not impressed. So how about it? How about we start a little movement on Retired People's Club to suggest that maybe we should have a house of the people, making the big decisions that matter to the people, not that matter to politicians, who we all know tell lies every 4 years and most of the time in between. I'm Chris, this is Retired People's Club. I'll see you soon.